Well, hello. I am shooting this little quick tutorial video. I'm still working on the format with having the camera set up and my workbench and everything. Um, but I was asked about installing lights, like LED lights in a mask or helmet and things to make the eyes glow. Now, there's different ways to do it. I've already started on this one. I grabbed a few of these. They're about $1. I bought them over at the Dollar Tree. I got an idea for using these as shells for something. So I figured I'd take one of them, put the strap over out of the way. I've started wiring it up, but I'm going to show you the basic installation of putting some LED lights. Now, I've already got this side put in. Now, I put one down here that'll make the vent glow. And I've put these two up top. Notice they're up out of the sight line. This one's down a little bit. But I've hot glued them. I really don't like hot glue, but for this, it's okay. So I've got the wiring out of the way. This is from this bulb. I've just got to install these. Now, something to remember on LEDs. I'm using some ultraviolet LEDs, so they've got a soft purple glow. Now, on your LED lights, you will always see one bar is longer than the other. That is to denote which one is your positive side. Now, I have a tester. Mine's a little fancy, but I can put it in, put positive in, and it'll make the LED glow. That is just to test the continuity to make sure it works right. Now, you have different voltages on LEDs, and you have to know your voltages. Now, usually your yellows and reds will be 2 volts, so you have to run a resistor on them unless you stack, and I'll explain that. Now, your others are usually 3.2 volts. So you can run those off of 2 AA's or something like that in a power pack by themselves. But it's still good to run a resistor. Now, I won't say you don't have to. Mine doesn't have a resistor, and I'll show you why here in a second. Now, you can also take, if you don't want to have a fancy voltmeter that does all that, you can do something really easy. Right here, just a little button cell battery I've got that I know is good. One side's positive, one side's negative. You put the positive on the positive side, negative on the other, and look, it lights it up. Quick and easy LED test. You don't want to do this with like the red ones, but you can attach them to a single AA, C cell, D cell, etc., and it'll light it up because it's under that 2 volts. It runs a little over 1.5. But this is an easy way to test. I just want to show you the cheap way to do it. Okay, now I'm running this setup. I have a 9-volt battery. I have it wired up with a little switch. Now this side's not connected, but that side is. So you can see those turn on. Okay, now what I've done here, I'm going to set this off to the side. I've already taken one of them and trim the short one down so that I can tell which is the negative side. I'm going to take out my little helping hands. You can pick these up. They're around $10 at Hobby Lobby, but if you use the coupon, you're looking at about $6. Good sturdy base. These come in very handy for a lot of your different needs, especially if you're doing some electronics work or anything like that, or anything small. Has a magnifying glass if you need it. I'm half blind. I use that sometimes. But I'm going to set this up. Just hold my little LED and stuff in here. Okay. I'm going to take this one. Find out which one's the long one. Okay. I'm going to need that over there. There's my short. Okay. So I know which is which. I'm going to set these together. Now I'm going to be fancy. I have a little electronics clamp. It helps hold stuff together when I solder it. Now for all this, all you're going to need is a soldering iron, some solder, and a glue gun. And then your parts, okay? So it's very basic. Got my solder, my soldering iron. This thing is so old. I've had it since '93. I bought it at a Radio Shack. That and the stand. It's done me good. I've had to replace the tips over the years, but it's been the best one ever. So find you a good one. Say I bought this thing for like $5 or $6 with the stand in '93, and so you're looking at 26 years that it's lasted me just replacing the tip. So you don't have to be expensive, but I digress. So you're just going to take this here, heat this up. Nice bond. Okay. Now I get a little overzealous sometimes with mine. I'll fully admit that. Okay. So now when I release this, nice and solid. Okay. Give it a second to cool down. Okay. Turn these both the same direction. So you see, it doesn't have to be super fancy. It's nice soldered together. Okay. So now we're done with that. Alright. We're going to lay this in here. Now what I'm going to do, because I ran into a problem on this before, I'm going to go ahead, solder this on before I clamp it down. Okay. Solder on my iron. See, that's what I was running into yesterday. Okay. See, even I'm not perfect all the time. Alright. There we go. I have a habit of doing that. Okay. Now I'm going to take this, figure out where I want it. Now with this one, I've already got the positive sitting over here. Okay. So we'll lay that in, figure out exactly where I want them. Okay. Go ahead, trim this down a little bit. Make sure I don't cut my other wires. Okay. Alright. Now I would normally be just soldering a wire to this, but I'd already put a set in, and I messed up and wired them backwards, so they didn't come on. So I'm just going to solder that connection. Okay. Doesn't have to be super fancy, it just has to make a good connection. That's the important thing. This is why you would normally solder all your stuff together and then mount it in a mask, but I'm trying to do this quick as opposed to the 50-minute video I shot yesterday. It's being a num-num on me. Oh, it solidified. It held. Okay, now everything should light. There we go. Alright, so now these are in, and I'm just going to put a few quick dabs. Hot glue, okay? Coat that connection. Oh, damn. Alright. Alright, so give it a couple seconds. Kind of push it into place where you want it. Okay. See, I don't use hot glue very often. Now, for something like this, it's fine. Like, if I was doing a quick thing for, like, kids' Halloween or something like this, a tutorial, hot glue's fine. Personally, I use my E6000 glue. I glue the stuff, I clamp it. The next day, I come back to it, it's rock solid. Here's one of my empty tubes. But I use this stuff all the time. I have probably about 30 empty tubes laying around here from the last couple of projects. It does great, holds almost everything together. It just good rock solid hold. I don't have to worry about it. Hot glue, I left parts in a car. Heat hit, stuff fell apart. So I just quit using hot glue. Like I said, for a tutorial, this is fine. Okay. So now that's kind of solid. Okay. So as I said, clean that up a second. Kind of hard to see, but you got little glowy eyes, little glowy vent pieces. And you could put pieces of foam on the inside here. Like I said, I just got this wire hanging down. You can run it around, over an earpiece and down, if you got more to it. I want to shut off the light here so you can actually see the mask. So you've got a little mask, lights up, will make the eyes glow. I'm actually going to put this on here. Take my glasses off. So I'll put this on, show what it looks like when you're wearing it. Sorry, my camera's on the tripod. So you could wear this and you'll see a little bit of a glow at the corner of your vision, but it doesn't affect what you see, and I can see everything clear as a bell, but you can see that the eyes glow now and everything else. So I'm hoping this helps you out. Thank you for watching.